goalie fights are always a spectacle in our sport. The fact that we haven't had one in over 2,000 days sucks as a hockey fan, sucks as a sport. The fact that we had two separate goalie fights in a matter of 13 friggin' days, dude, gets you so hype.
We're the Busters, that's what we do. Playing the game, drinking some brew, and we still believe in an eye for an eye. And when it's time to drop the gloves, you better look us in the eye. We're the Busters, that's what we do.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Buckbusters. I'm here with these guys, people, folk. I can't say what I want to say, so that's all I'm going to say.
That's the nicest thing I think he's ever said about us.
Yeah.
So nice.
Don't get used to it.
I'm not going to, don't worry.
Good.
Colin said the best himself, man. Goalie fights did. Oh.
They
Are they back? Are they back?
Yeah.
Question is, for how long? Are they going to stay?
Well, here's the deal that I wish Bettman and the rest of the officials would recognize of how much good do hockey, like goalie fights specifically, do for this sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you get so many more viewers now because you want to see a goalie fight. Yeah, you get to see a lot of fights in general through the skaters.
Yeah.
But how many do you really see through the goalies? So that brings so much more again to the sport. It does it so good. So
Yes, if you are somehow don't know what we're talking about or living under a rock and just, oh wait, this happened? I don't know if you can call yourself a hockey fan, no offense, if you didn't see these fights. The first one happened about 3 weeks ago, I want to say now, between Sergei Bobrovsky and
Nedeljkovic.
Alex Nedeljkovic, Penguins legend, may we say, as we just said in our most recent YouTube video. Go check that out. But yeah, dude, just unbelievable, man.
And then 13 days
Because I think
after.
Ned started swinging at somebody and Bobrovsky skated down and said, fuck you are, and started wailing on Nedeljkovic. Then,
13
and
days.
honestly, debatably, one of the greatest outdoor games that we have had since we started playing outdoor games between Boston and Tampa Bay.
Such a great game, too.
Very similar. Jeremy Swayman takes a swing at one. It might have been Brandon Hagel. I can't remember who it was. Then Andrei Vasilevsky's like, He skates all the way down and drops him with Jeremy Swayman. And, oh, my God.
Again.
They're seeing it outdoors, too.
First ever goalie fight outdoor. The funny thing is, two Russian goaltenders fight in two separate games, and they both play for a Florida team.
Which is unbelievable. Which, like I said, and that was a very cool Stadium Series game. Again, still not the desert, but the hotter, humider area down in Tampa Bay. That's okay for a Stadium Series. That's where you get to show off your city. Hey, hockey belongs here too. But a Winter Classic needs to be in a cold, wintry area. Not like they did in Sunrise. Or was it at the Marlins ballpark, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, not for it's the Winter Classic for a reason. You're not going to have the sun shining and fucking... They had palm trees, like I said, and like sand doing all around, which they did for the Tampa one too. Yeah. But again, that's okay because that is the Stadium Series. Again, just showing off, hey, hockey belongs here.
Can you see them adding maybe a third one and doing like a summer series?
They used to do two Stadium Series games a year.
Well, I was going to say,
but now I think they changed it to the Heritage Classic, the Winter Classic, and a Stadium Series.
Well, like maybe right before Stanley Cup playoffs, do one in one of the warmer states, Florida, California.
Like I said, but like it's okay if you do one around that time, maybe. But it's usually keep it the January, February, maybe go into early March time.
If we do it, you're going to have teams like Toronto and friggin' Vancouver, two teams that aren't going to make it to the Cup finals. The guys are going to get healthy. So
yeah, I mean, oh man, again, one of the probably might be the best outdoor game we have ever seen.
It was so cool.
Without question. I mean, Tampa Bay coming back from a 4-goal deficit down 5-1, came back and tied it, and then ended up winning it in the shootout. The biggest comeback in outdoor game history. Again, the first goalie fight in outdoor game history. I mean, like I remember, I know there's been one or two goalie fights in like the AHL. I think there's one in the OHL. There's like like the CHL and minors. There's been a couple over the last month. Like 2026 has been an amazing start for hockey, man, and I am unbelievably hyped about it.
It's the year of goalie fights,
dude. It's unbelievable.
You know what? Like like I'd lose my absolute shit over is if there was a goalie fight in the finals.
Imagine.
But anyway, moving on.
This is something awesome. I had thought of this idea. You know, we always make jokes like in the playoffs, you know, first overtime, second overtime, third overtime, fifth overtime goalie fight. But I think shootout rules. If you get up to the 10th round, let the goalies just stand open net on the other end of the ice, see if the goalies can get it in.
Yeah, Bobo?
Yeah.
How fun would that be? Just see goalies other end of the ice just shooting it down, trying to get it to the empty net. Obviously, say it's Stuart Skinner versus Jeremy Swayman. Swayman stands out in net. Skinner has an empty shot at the empty net. You know, same thing. Skinner just skates out. Swayman has a shot at the empty net. How cool would that be?
That'd be cool.
Like if once he gets like the 10th round of the shootout, or even and it's not very often that it gets that far, but dude, that'd be cool as shit. when we're starting to get down there's been very few times it's gone like the 13th, 14th round. You have the fucking 5th defenseman going in and scoring a goal. He's not gonna score on that.
So anyway, moving on here. Let's talk Otters. Since our last recording back on January 29th, they've played 5 games. They are currently 1-4. So they finally got their first win of 2026, but still on a slide. Obviously, had one win coming back on Friday the 30th with a 3-2 shootout win over the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds, and then 4 straight losses: a 6-1 to London Knights, a 3-2 during the school day game against Guelph, a 4-1 to Saginaw, and a 3-1 to Flint just last night.
Which I think I saw that Guelph Storm the school day game was the first school day game loss in 5 years, I think they said. Or since post-pandemic. Or first regulation loss. And I think I went to the one, I think we lost in the shootout the one year. Yeah, man, it's a rough team, man. We got potential. We got some young guys that are really, looking good. But this is a rough team right now.
Yeah.
Man. It's a tough team to watch.
Like, I was watching the not London game, the Flint Otters game last, in Flint, like, even though the score, like, it was a 2-1, 3-1 score, like, Erie had how many shots, and they had a total of 29 shots in that game. It didn't, honestly, like, a lot of it didn't look like they had, they weren't capitalizing on their, but it honestly should have been 4-1, because it's kind of late in, like, middle of the third, Flint scored and made it 4-1. Obviously, Chris Millett challenged it for goaltender. The only issue, like, they questioned it, like, because I forget who was in front of the net screaming, Erlandon at the time, but, like, he was in the crease, but he never made contact, he never made, or nothing like that, or interfering with him whatsoever, and they called it, it was initially 4-1, but they called it off for goaltender.
Yeah.
I was like,
I think I saw in the school day game one, I think we also had a goal that got called back, so it should have been, probably should have been going into overtime. I don't know when abouts in the game it was, but I read somewhere that, I think it might have probably been in the fan page, that they reviewed one of our goals and it got taken back, so.
Yeah. As of right now, Otters are sitting last place in the West at 34 points behind Sarnia. Erie does have 2 games in hand over Sarnia, and right now they are second last in the league. The only team that's worse are the Oshawa Generals. They're sitting at 26 points, 8 points behind the Otters, but they have 1 game in hand. Obviously, 5 teams have clinched so far. The 2 Eastern teams being Brantford and Ottawa, and the 3 top teams in the East being Flint, Kitchener, and Windsor.
West.
Did I say East?
You said East again, yeah. West.
Oh, my bad. But West, being Flint, Kitchener, and Windsor. The next 2 teams that are up, well, the one team that's bound to clinch any time now is Barrie. They are 4th in the league. I think they're second in the East, technically by their standards, but 4th in the league because division leaders. So they have 74 points, and then next couple teams up being London, Sioux, and Peterborough.
Yeah, so far this calendar year, out of a possible 28 points, the Erie Otters have 4. Not looking good. But hey, what happened the last time we finished second to last? We got Matthew Schaefer out of it. So, at least I'm pretty sure we were second to last that year. I think we were supposed to get second and we won the lottery, bumped up to first. So
Yeah, because Niagara was supposed to get the first, but they got second.
yeah.
Niagara's so bad they couldn't even win a freaking lottery. So, but that's when they got Ryan Rubrick and see.
He's been doing great things for them too. So.
Yeah, stayed healthy.
Which I think this is his draft year, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's projected to go fairly high.
Yeah,
I think first round.
at least for mid first round at least. But yeah, this rough year, but we expect with a very young team.
And when you trade away your core guy, your
Yeah.
leaders, trade away Dylan Edwards, trade away Brett Hammond, Gabe Frasca, Garrett Frazier, your leaders, your voices in the locker room.
Which I'm pretty sure Garrett Frazier's getting less bullshit penalties up in Peterborough now than when he did.
Yeah, because he's stateside. Of course he is.
Yeah.
Of course he's not getting any more calls.
But yeah, I mean, you're looking at the points, like the highest they can get, which I'm not expecting them to make the playoffs whatsoever. They can, I think. Owen Sound currently is 45, sitting in 6. Guelph set on 44, Saginaw with 43 points. And
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
No way they'll be top 5 in the conference. I'm sorry. Like those top 5 teams, they're long gone.
They're long.
To even make the playoffs, we probably need to have.
Yeah.
We
You
need
have to
good
pretty
end of
much
the
win.
season.
You have to win out.
Yeah, I mean, Saginaw, they're not playing great hockey either, but
Yeah, we have 18 games left in the season.
I know Guelph has rebounded as of late. I think to start the year, Guelph was dead last for quite some time.
Yeah.
I know they've had kind of a rebound, had a little bit of a streak here and there.
And plus, they kind of were making, because some of their guys were coming back from the NHL, so they were kind of determined what they were going to do with them, if they were going to just use them to get picks or whatnot.
Yeah, out of the last potential, I'm trying to do quick math here, 36 points that are left on the table here for us. We need to have at least get at least 28 of those points.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
But that's going to be.
Don't think it's going to happen with how this team is playing right now. So
Nope.
yeah, I know one thing that really is costing us is our inability to stay out of the fucking box.
Yeah.
We let our frustrations get to us. We take way too many stupid penalties. It's costing us in big games. Is there really a big game nowadays for us? I mean,
No.
every game is a big game and must win at this point for us to even have a chance at the playoffs. And to be completely honest with you, I don't know if I'd want us to at this point.
I
don't want to go there and get swept in the first round by Windsor.
I'd much rather just get the good draft.
Get a good draft pick, get a top 5, maybe even top 3 pick.
Yeah,
If we continue to play this badly.
If the top 4 stay as they are, whoever will be the number 8 seed will play the number 1 seed, Flint.
Oh, Flint is first now.
Yeah,
Yep, Flint
they have a 2-point advantage over Kitchener, but Kitchener does have 1 game in hand. So yeah, rankings are as follow, or standings are as followed: Flint, Kitchener, Windsor, London, Sioux, Owen Sound, Guelph, and Saginaw, with Sarnia and Erie on the outside looking in.
Yeah. London could finish as low as 5th. So I think it's probably right around where we predicted at the beginning of the year. So
yeah, Sioux is 1 point behind London with a game in hand.
yeah.
So there is a good chance that it could be another Sioux-London matchup, but with Sioux having home ice advantage this year.
Yeah.
Like we said, we knew London, they were going to make the playoffs. It's the London Knights, but we knew they were going to have a down year for their standards, for the Dale Hunter London Knights standards. They were going to have a down year. They're still 4th place and probably clinch it and also clinch probably just about any day now. So
I'm expecting by the end of the month that London will clinch. There's still a few games left that they need to work their way up, but I think Erie needs to lose the next 3, and London needs to win at least 2 of the next 3 to make that happen. But I know when we went to the Sabres Penguins game, which obviously the video is live on the channel.
Have you not checked it out? Go check it out.
During the game, I was talking. There's some guys, a couple teams sitting to my left, and I got to talk to one of their dads who is just outside Toronto, closer to the London metro area, and we got to talk. And he was a London fan. He goes to a lot more London games. I said that I'm a season ticket holder for the Otters, and he's like, "So how you guys feel?" I'm just like, He's like, that bad? I was just like, yeah.
I didn't hear much of the conversation, but I just heard Colin go, oh, we're dead last. He goes, oh, that bad? That's about all I heard. But I kind of overheard part of the conversation where he said from the London area, close to London at least.
Yeah, I told him, I was like, look, as much as I freaking hate the London Knights, I had to give credit to where credit's due. They're a good team. They have a good system. Dale Hunter. And I was even talking to a coworker who's at the London game this past Saturday. Or the last London game. And I was like, I hate them, but they're a good team. They have a good structure. They have a good system. The Hunter brothers out there with both their experience in the O and the show, then, they know what the fuck they're doing. And it shows.
Yeah.
From their pure dominance from the early 2000s to now. There's a reason why they've always been one of the top teams in the CHL.
The odds of it, we were literally pretty much getting into Buffalo. We were just talking and off camera, just talking about London and talking about as much as we hate them, as much as we can't stand Dale Hunter and can't stand the London Knights, you got to give respect.
Yeah.
They know what to do. They know what they're doing. They're a good team. They know how to run a team. They know how to be physical. Obviously, clearly, they know how to do it cleanly and get away with it.
Well, clean and the London Knights style, two different things.
Yeah. They know how to make it clean for their standards. To get away with it. Then we get to the game and Colin just happens to be sitting right next to a London Knights fan. So it's just kind of the timing of that I found was kind of funny. Yeah, our whole section around us pretty much just happened to be just different hockey teams from around the area. They're in town for a tournament.
Yeah, because they're doing a Winter Classic style down there in Buffalo.
Were they?
Yeah, he was like, yeah, we're playing outside, and the guy that I was talking to after the game down in the lobby, his son played with Jack in hockey a long time ago. Drafted at the Carolina Hurricanes, believe it or not.
Really? Who?
Yeah, a kid named Jacob Kuharski. I think he's down in Iowa now, but with one of their farm systems. But drafted to Carolina.
Interesting. That's actually
so
cool.
yeah. I'll pull it up in Elite Prospects real fast, and I'll show you guys.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, man, it's a tough year to be an Otters fan right now. It's one again. I said it earlier on. I think I said it the first episode back of the new year. It's gonna be tough to want to go to some of these games to end the year. I really don't want to go to this game tonight, but we already paid for the tickets, so you kind of have to. If it's one of those where I was just buying, if I wasn't a season ticket holder like last year, if I was just buying them game by game, I wouldn't be. But I already paid for these tickets. You got to go and show up and support the team.
Yep.
If you don't support them during this time, you're not a true fan. Some people can argue that and say, well, there's a difference between supporting and just being sick of this. I understand that completely.
Yeah.
People that have been season ticket holders for the entire 30 years that we've been a team. Only been good for 8 or 9 of those years altogether. The 3 years around the first championship, and then the 4 years surrounding the second championship. Other than that, we've always been
mediocre,
bottom of the barrel, 7th, 8th seed out of the playoffs team. And it sucks, man. But true fans, we got to stick through this. Just hope for a positive future. Just hope that we can be one of the first to figure out this NCAA and figure out how we're going to work around that. And with them changing their rule and all that.
That's how I was telling one of our viewers, people we talked at the RCO all the time. I always said because the Otters are currently the youngest or the second youngest team in the O right now. And with all these teams who are currently dominating and who are kind of forbidding going all in, what I was saying was, hopefully with how young we are, these guys can kind of maybe starting to develop and getting a lot more of their chemistry together, and hopefully then with this whole NCAA figuring that all around, hopefully by the time these other teams are kind of starting to are kind of struggling and losing all of their top guys, maybe the Otters can kind of take advantage of this. That's kind of what I'm kind of hoping with this. Kind of looking at it right now was what I'm hoping for within the next year or two. Hopefully they take advantage of it.
Here, I have his stats. Obviously drafted in 2018, 7th overall, pick number 197 by Carolina. Currently on the Kansas City Mavericks roster of the ECHL. Obviously they're second-tier farm team to Seattle. Played one game in the 22-23 season in Chicago. So.
That's awesome.
But yeah, like I said, played with Jack. A day younger than Jack, believe it or not.
A day younger.
A day younger. Yeah. Started prep, did Des Moines and Omaha with you. Did some NCAA work. Played with Reading last year, and now it's, like I said, Kansas City this year.
Wow.
So.
Pretty cool.
Well, you know.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah,
All right.
Final thoughts, man. Not much else to say about this team right now, man.
No.
I think the front runners right now got to be Brantford, making even Flint at this point. Flint is, I think, took everybody by surprise. You know, being buyers at the deadline, bringing in Kevin He and bringing in
Gigo Battaglia.
Battaglia. Yeah, I mean they're complete buyers, and that's not. I don't think anything anybody was expecting. Them to be competing as well as they were, and then they're like, hey. We have a shot at this. Let's trade some. Let's trade for Kevin He. Let's trade for Jacob Battaglia.
Let's bring in some depth, some experience, some guys that just in case for our top three, our top line doesn't score. At least we know, hey, we can roll all four lines. We know we're going to get scoring from all four lines. Let's do it.
Is this also Kevin He's draft year, or is he already drafted?
He was already drafted.
Was he already drafted?
Winnipeg.
Last year?
Yeah, first Chinese player to be drafted. So
yeah. That's pretty cool.
All right, now let's move from the Otters to the whole thing here. I know I challenged Jeffrey to not only cover the OHL, but the entire CHL as well. There will be more news on the PWHL later after the Olympic break.
Oh, so I have two things for.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'm sorry, I didn't know. I just know with them being on a longer Olympic break, there's not much to go over.
Well, I mean, this is part of the Olympics, but the U.S. Well, the women who are on the U.S. Olympic team shut out Finland 5-0 last night.
So we'll move on to that once we get into the Olympics later on in the episode. But let's cover the CHL because they still are playing in the moment. So
Alright, we'll start with the OHL since that's the most I have at the moment. Back on January 27th, Miles Dunn of the Sarnia Sting gets his first career OHL point versus Kitchener. On January 29th, Jiga Kromik of the Niagara Ice Dogs gets his 100th career OHL point versus the Sioux Greyhounds. Carson Whittle of the Windsor Spitfire gets his 100th career OHL assist. And New York Rangers prospect Lane Greentree moves into third with most in the franchise versus North Bay. On January 30th, Ethan Garden and Ethan Belchek of the Windsor Spitfire played in his 100th career OHL game versus the Kitchener Rangers. Trevor Odell of the Sudbury Wolves played in his 100th career OHL game versus the Kingston Frontenacs. And Christopher Brown of the Sioux Greyhounds played in his 200th career OHL game versus the Erie Otters. Levi Harper of the Saginaw Spirit becomes the first in franchise for most points by a rookie defenseman, passing Zane Perek. Marek Vanaker of the Brantford Bulldogs gets his 100th career OHL point versus the Owen Sound Attack. And on January 31st, Brooks Rogalski of the Oshawa Generals played in his 100th career OHL game. And Nathan Amadovsky of the Brantford Steelheads gets his first career OHL goal versus the Oshawa Generals. February 1st saw Justin Bothy of the Brampton Steelheads played in his 200th career OHL game versus the Oshawa Generals. Tyler Heed of the Oshawa Generals gets his first career OHL goal versus the Brampton Steelheads. Cohen Isha Kogan of the Ottawa 67s played in his 100th career OHL game. David Davakowski gets his first career OHL game versus Sudbury Wolves. And then on February 4th, Marcus Maganza of the Sioux Greyhounds played in his 100th career OHL game versus the Saginaw Spirit. On February 6th, Drew Roscoe of the Saginaw Spirit gets his first career OHL goal versus the Erie Otters. Nathan Vanelanu of the Windsor Spitfire gets his 200th career OHL point off of New York Rangers prospect Liam Greentree. And with that, Liam Greentree gets his 300th career OHL point. Joey Constanzo of the Windsor Spitfire becomes the 7th goaltender in OHL to reach 100 career wins versus Sudbury Wolves. Colorado Avalanche prospect Christian Humphrey of the Kitchener Rangers gets his first career OHL hat trick versus the Guelph Storm. Owen Griffins of the Oshawa Generals gets his 100th career OHL point versus the Sarnia Sting. And then as February 7th, Carter Hicks of the Brampton Steelheads gets his 100th career OHL played in his 100th OHL game versus Peterborough Petes. That's all for the OHL. And then just a few QMJ on February 7th through Hockley of the Chicalan Cataracts gets his first career QMJHL goal versus the Beery Kamal Drakkar. Luke Sinclair of the Newfoundland Regiment gets his first career QMJHL goal versus St. John Sea Dogs. And then with an assist on Callum Danier's goal, Alex Messier of the Macomb Wildcats gets his 200th career QMJHL point versus the Charlottetown Islanders. And then as for WHL, Jackson Jobston of the Brampton Wheat Kings gets his first career WHL hat trick versus the Calgary Hitmen. And then Detroit Red Wings prospect Carter Bear of the Evan Silvertips gets his third career WHL hat trick versus the Kalamazoo Blaze. And then on February 7th, Shea Rollison of the Regina Pats gets his first career WHL goal versus the Calgary Hitmen. And then going back to the OHL real quick, because Dave Cameron of the Ottawa 67s sets the coach in his 1,000th OHL game in today's matchup against the what was it? Against the Owen Sound Attack.
Hell yeah.
And that's all I have.
Alright, and now on to the sponsor of the video. Not the video, the podcast. Whatever. You guys know it. Wherever you listen to any platform. So the sponsor for today is, yet again, the wonderful Pins and Aces. With golf season right around the corner, well, for us up here north, but I know down south, golfing is year-round, and I'm kind of friggin' envious of them, not gonna lie. But Pins and Aces is a great way to get new head covers, new gear, new equipment, new apparel, whatever the case might be, whether it's bags, club heads, hats. I know I'm a big believer in wearing hats, especially with my Overpower and Under the Influence hat that I got for Christmas. I freaking love it. And they even have a liquor stick for those of you who want to sneak beer onto the golf course but can't really find a good way to do it. These guys are the way to go. So link will be in the description, down below, or on the side, or however you have it set up. I don't know why it would be on the side for some people, but some people are weird. Use code BUCK2026, again, BUCK BUCK2026 at your checkout, and you'll get 21% off your very next purchase. Check out Pins and Aces. Thank you again for sponsoring this episode, and now we're moving on.
All right, and jumping into the NHL, let's start with some Puck Doku. And Colin will be bringing back some blend rankings after this. So I can only take a guess of what the topic might be, though. So
Good luck with
a
that.
blind guess.
Good luck with that. So going across for the columns, we've got the Isles, the Flames, the Wild, and the Rose going down. We got the Avs, the Senators, I think it's the current franchise, not the dating back to the original one, and then the undrafted.
Fun part trying to guess players that were not drafted. That's tough. Gonna be a tough one here. Yeah, great start. Anthony Duclair, Islanders, Senators. I'm pretty sure.
Wouldn't it be Brock Nelson for Colorado Islanders?
Yeah.
type.
Buffrock.
D-Rock Wilson.
For Calgary and Colorado, Jerome Gingla.
Yeah, Iggy. Yeah. No, it's gonna be one. The undrafted is gonna be tough. Trying to remember who hasn't been drafted.
Minnesota and Colorado. Oh, I thought I had a name. I don't.
Did Dion Phaneuf do Ottawa at one point in time? Because he definitely did Calgary.
I think so. I think he was traded to Ottawa from Toronto. I think he started in Calgary.
Started and finished, I believe.
Yep.
There you go. Look at that big ass forehead, man.
Minnesota, Colorado. I feel like where did Brent Burns start his career?
It would be
Minnesota?
Minnesota. And
No, he's playing Colorado right now, so yeah, Brent Burns. That's what I thought. I thought he started here. Okay.
yeah, because he was
He's been in the
Minnesota,
league. Well, he's what, 42 right now?
Minnesota, LA,
San Jose.
or San Jose, sorry, Carolina, and now Colorado.
Craig Anderson, I don't think he played for Minnesota.
He did Colorado and Ottawa.
Brent Burns is 40.
He's only 40. Okay, I know he's the oldest player in the league right now. I wasn't sure
Yeah, he's
quite how old he was.
I had a name for Ottawa, Minnesota.
Current or I don't
I
remember.
can't remember. I lost it.
Now for undrafted, I know there's a lot of the time where goalies go undrafted. You just got to think of which ones. My best guess for Minnesota would be their current one, Jesper Wallstedt, or whatever you would pronounce it.
Was he undrafted?
Maybe it's very tough to know if goalies were drafted or not. They're typically the ones that are more common than not to go undrafted. You just kind of get signed.
Journeyman Alex Galchenyuk for Ottawa,
Did he
Minnesota.
play for Minnesota?
So that's what I'm saying is, did he?
He did before he went to Pittsburgh.
Was he?
Well,
Did we send him there to bring in Zucker?
I don't freaking remember.
I think he might be right. Yeah, I think that might be.
My God, fucking type.
I think we sent him to Minnesota to bring in Zucker. Yeah, good shit, Jeff. Let's go. All right. Now we just got to think of undrafted players.
Sidney Crosby.
Yes, you see.
Yeah, your best guess what I do you think would just be goaltenders. Like Cam Talbot, I thought I remember him being undrafted. I could be wrong.
Ilya Perskalov was he undrafted because he could fit under Minnesota. Jonas Hilbert was he undrafted because he could fit under Calgary. Varlamov was drafted, I'm pretty sure.
Briz might not have been because if he's Russian. A lot of them usually
Get skipped over unless you're one of the big names like Bob or Vassy.
yeah. Because Artemi Panarin went undrafted. Cold or winter, and he went undrafted. I mean, Brizgalov is a good guess. He's up for Minnesota.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we're not realistically not going to get all three, so I mean, we might as well just throw guesses out there. It's BRYZ. Okay, yeah.
That's
So
fine.
Cam Talbot's my guess for Colorado or Calgary. Sorry. I'm sure he probably was drafted. He wasn't. Okay.
Okay.
I was right on that one. And then just think of somebody for the Islanders. Is Varlamov. Was Sorokin drafted? He's another Russian name that they sometimes
Now,
don't.
Sorokin's drafted. I'm okay with going with Varlamov.
Varlamov. Let's try Varlamov.
Make sure I type back the right
No,
one.
all right.
All
There's
right.
some undrafted names.
Train Rolson, Dave Riddick.
Dave Riddick was undrafted, really? Matt Zuccarello was undrafted? That one surprises me.
Nick Backstrom, Train Rolson, Pascal Dupuis.
Pascal Dupuis went undrafted?
Jordy Ben.
Justin Braz.
Freddie.
Want to say his
was
nickname on on air.
Well, that sucks.
Damn. Okay. So a couple better names. I mean, now we know for the future.
All right.
Colin, you get some blind rankings?
Yeah.
Can I take a guess on what I think it might be?
Good. Go ahead and
I
try.
have 2 guesses.
Okay.
I think either Olympic related or outdoor game related.
No, I was
okay.
I was looking to the Olympic related, but since Sam Bennett is now on the Canadian roster, I had to change it up a little bit.
Okay, were you gonna do like ranking like 5 players that were snubbed or
Yeah.
what? Okay.
Yeah, so that was one of them, but I decided to go with another one just because I had this in the back pocket for later. But now it's rating the NHL mascots, the team mascots.
Okay.
So all 31 mascots.
All right.
So first up, it's going to be Utah's Tusky.
I think he's cool as shit.
I
He's
do
pretty.
too.
I think he's pretty damn cool. Yeah. What do we want to put him? What are we thinking?
I think he's a good middle, a solid 3.
3.
Because there's definitely mascots that are better, but there might be a couple that we.
I mean,
would
this is
throw.
mascots. It's not going to be a Ryan Miller situation where Ryan Miller gets stuck at 5.
Oof.
And Colin was not very happy with us on that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, put him at 3.
All right.
There's one in my head that automatically goes to 5.
Is it who I think it is?
Probably.
Next up is. Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say, the one I think Kyle's thinking of, I think it's going to be the opposite for me, because I actually like him.
Next up is Chance from Vegas.
He's
pretty
cool
cool.
too.
He's cool, but I mean, he's kind of boring. I don't think he has anything to do with Vegas
It's just
with the Golden
it's
Knights.
just a lizard. And
It's like a lizard.
Well, desert for lizards and reptiles, and the name because Vegas.
Vegas,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, the slots and
Or
shit, so.
Jesse Pollock from Bar Down called him. What was it? Called him Lighty or something. Forget what he called him.
Crater.
Crater. Yeah, he called him Crater. Yeah, I'd say 4. I mean, it could be 5, but I mean, it's up to you guys.
I like 4.
I just don't think
Because I think we're all thinking the same.
he's nothing to do with Vegas.
Yeah.
Next up is, you can probably guess where he is, Sharky. The Sharks.
Okay, I mean,
From
he is.
Jersey. He's cool.
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Obviously, besides being unbiased, being Iceberg might be my favorite.
Do we throw him at 2? That leaves us with 1 and 5, or do we throw Sharky at 1?
I mean,
It's all on you guys.
Because my biggest worry is he's gonna throw.
he's gonna fucking throw us Iceberg and Gritty for the last 2, and we're
I
gonna
bet
decide
you-
between
I
the
bet
2.
you any money. That's what's gonna happen.
I mean, even if we put him at 1 and Iceberg got stuck at 2, I'd be okay with that. You know. I'm okay with either 1 or 2. I mean, unless you guys disagree and think he should be at 5.
I'm okay with either 1 or 2.
2 is fine.
2. Let's do 2.
All right. Next one up, Bailey from the Kings.
Okay.
I mean, he's pretty cool, but I mean, if we're going off the same off of Vegas,
I don't
mean,
know if you guys actually know why they named him Bailey.
Why is that?
Because one of the it's more of an honor thing. Like they actually one of the scouts, he actually played I think a little bit in the AHL, and but he was a scout for the Kings at the time, but he unfortunately passed away during the 2001.
Okay, that's so he named the mascot after. That's actually pretty
Yeah,
cool.
so
That's
they
a good story.
actually honored him by naming the mascot Bailey
That's
after
pretty
him.
cool. I mean, I was gonna say that it also has nothing to do with Kings, but if you think about it, it's a lion, right?
Yeah.
King of the
Lion's the
jungle.
king of the jungle, so it actually does have a lot to
Yeah.
do with. So I mean, is it 1 though? But if he's gonna put who I think he's gonna put, I don't want to put that motherfucker at 1.
I'm the opposite on it. If I think I know who it is.
I think we put Bailey at 1, and then whoever stuck at 5 is stuck at 5.
But he could give us Iceberg at 1.
It's either Iceberg or Gritty. It's one of the 2. There's no.
Do we take the risk? But again, it could be somebody completely different. Could give us the parrot knowing this asshole. I don't think he said NHL mascots. You just said mascots.
You're not wrong. Give us Patrick the Pirate.
Just risk it, put him at 5.
Yeah.
If the one that I don't want to be at 1 is at 1, at least these guys will be happy. So we'll put Bailey at 5.
What if he throws us like Patchy the Pirate?
It's gonna be
Yeah,
Gritty. I knew it. Ugh.
See, I actually
I was gonna fuck with you guys. I'm
even
not gonna lie.
Even though Gritty is creepy as hell, I still like Gritty though.
I think it's dumb
That's
shit.
the only
So dumb.
thing I like about Philly is Gritty.
I mean, it makes sense for being in Philly, the worst mascot in the worst city. It makes a lot of sense. So he's just so fucking dumb looking, bro.
But I mean, I have to kind of side with Jeffy though. He's a lot.
I mean,
of
what
fun
else
to
are you
watch.
gonna make a flyer mascot?
I mean, just look at that derby ass thing.
I mean, what else? Yeah, what else are you gonna make a mascot? A flyer? You can make a fucking
What?
angel that flies around.
Could have been, I mean, could have been a pillow.
A plane costume. Yeah. Like,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna fuck with you guys a little bit there.
I think until they
I'm
brought
gonna-
him in, I think they're one of 2 teams that don't have a mascot.
Yeah, if you guys would have put Bailey for number 1, I would have said not Otto, Iceberg.
So you're gonna fuck with us regardless.
Yeah, so.
okay. But I mean, they're happy. They like Gritty. At least Jeffy does. So he's
I don't
dumb
mind
looking, bro.
Gritty. He,
I still like Iceberg the best, but
I think just think he's stupid looking.
well, if the Flyers were to ever change their mascot, what would you think that would replace?
They're not
a
going to
Flyer?
replace this.
I know. Well,
friggin'
what
thing.
can you see replacing a Flyer?
I don't
Again,
know.
nothing. Like that's why they never really had a mascot. Like, what can you make out of that?
A turd for Philadelphia.
I mean, with the Rangers, what would they do for a
Or-
mascot?
I mean,
Like
Patriot.
Patriot or like a park
Lady
range, like
Liberty.
a fake park
Or-
range. That'd
yeah,
be cool.
Lady Liberty.
Like Liberty, that'd be cool.
So for Philly, you can even do something like the Liberty Bell as a mascot. You can do some,
Just a giant bell walking around.
or you can do,
Well,
do
they-
Rocky.
So with,
Rocky was the mascot from what was it, Rocky 2?
no, that I don't think that'll work. But for you know how Columbus has the cannon,
Yeah,
Philly can do the same thing except have a fake Liberty Bell in the one corner.
yeah.
And then with the Rangers, you
Every
know how
time they score, they ring the bell. Yeah.
And you know how the Panthers have 2 mascots, frickin' the cat and then the big old rat?
Yeah.
Why not the same thing for Rangers?
Yeah.
And I'll do a Patriot for one and the little side one being Lady Liberty.
That could be pretty cool. Have like a little small Statue of Liberty in there. Yeah, that'd be
Or
cool.
or they can do a cheesesteak for their mascot,
Just a giant,
like how Pittsburgh does the pierogi races. You can do a little.
just cheesy
Yeah.
cheesesteak.
Yeah.
This is where I'm going to cut you off.
Call them cheddar the cheesesteak.
That I wouldn't hate. This ugly, better than this ugly ass thing.
Well, it's the same color. I mean,
All right, before we move on to Olympics, let's talk NHL milestones that happened since last recording on the 25th.
Shut up.
Good start.
there you go. Hey, you made me drink that disgust. I mean, I lost. I deserved it, but still.
Yeah, go check out that video to watch Bobo drink something nasty.
Yeah, look, at least I gave you the option of
Even so, no, this podcast will be out before that video. Goes live. That video, hoping to have that live by the end of the week. Gonna be a little bit more to edit though. So, but yeah, January 26th milestones. David Pastrnak recorded his 900th career point against the Rangers, and Mattias Ekholm and Mikael Granlund both recorded hat tricks in a game between the Ducks and the Oilers. Mattias Ekholm, that was his first. Mikael Granlund, that was his third of his career. This made the Oilers the first team to have defensemen score a hat trick in back-to-back games.
Oh shit.
On the 27th, Tage Thompson played his 500th career game, which he scored a goal in, which I'd chuck the hell out of you that he's already played 500 games.
Yeah.
Rasmus Dahlin recorded a hat trick against Toronto, the first of his career, as part of a 5-point night. Macklin Celebrini became the third teenager in NHL history to reach 50 assists in 51 games or fewer, just behind Wayne Gretzky and Sidney Crosby. Also passed Steve Yzerman for the most 3-point games in a season by a teenager with 16.
Wow.
Sandis Vilimis of the Florida Panthers scored his first career goal against Utah. On the 28th, Travis Konechny of the Philadelphia Flyers recorded his third career hat trick against the Blue Jackets. On the 29th, Patrick Kane officially passes Mike Modano for the single most points scored by an American-born player in NHL history with 1375 and counting. Obviously, that's going to get bigger. Might even hit 14 by the end of the year. Who knows? Alex Tuch recorded his fourth career hat trick, against the LA Kings, making that 30 total hat tricks on the month in the NHL, the most in NHL history for the most hat tricks in a single month. Brandon Bussey, one of the best names in hockey now, recorded set a new record for fewest games to reach 20 wins, doing so in just 24 games this season.
What is it? What is he, like 23-1 or 20?
Now he's like 23-2-2 or something. Like, it's ridiculous. He did that with a win over Ottawa, or with a win over Utah. Alex Lyon set the Sabres win streak record with 10, a record that had been held for almost 50 years by Jerry Desjardins. In the 1976-1977 season, he did with 9. Charlie Coyle recorded his second career hat trick against the Blackhawks, making the month total to 31. Did that on the 30th. Then on the 31st, Nathan MacKinnon became the first player to score 40 goals this season, doing so in just 53 games. Erik Karlsson recorded his 700th career assist against the Rangers. And Clay Stevenson, goaltender for the Washington Capitals, recorded his first career win against the Carolina Hurricanes. February 1st, nothing else much to talk about. We did talk about it at the beginning, though, the goalie fight. Just wanted to re-mention that because, again, one of the coolest things that can happen in hockey. February 2nd, Steven Stamkos passes Dino Ciccarelli for sole possession of 20th place in goals scored in NHL history. Quinn Hughes became the third fastest defenseman to reach 400 assists, doing so in 484 games, only behind Bobby Orr that did it in 437, and Paul Coffey that did it in 464. Also became the first player in Wild history to record 5 separate 3-assist games in a single season. Nick Schmaltz recorded his third career hat trick against the Vancouver Canucks. And then for the first time ever, 2 Latvian-born players scored in the same game for the same team, that being the Panthers, and those players being Sandis Volmanis and Juvis Bolinskis. February 3rd, as of this date, I don't know if he's lost one since, but Andrei Vasilevsky had not lost a regular season game since December 18th, a 16-game point streak for starts. He had at least got his team a point. February 4th, Matt Boldy recorded his 4th career hat trick against Nashville, becoming the 4th player in Wild history with a 3-goal period. Did that in the first period. Colton Parayko jumps to 3rd place for most games played for the St. Louis Blues franchise with 780. And Nathan MacKinnon recorded his 700th career assist. Then, February 5th, the game we are at, Avery Hayes scored on his first and second career goals against the Buffalo Sabres in his first career game, first goal being on his very first shot.
First shot, second shift.
Yeah. We originally thought it was first shift. It was not. It was like second or maybe been even third, but second or third shift. First shot, though, of his career was a goal. Again, when was the last time we saw that?
Jake Gensel.
I just love how I was talking shit on that 4th line and then Avery scored a goal.
So he's already the better Hayes of that line. He's played 1 game for him. And then Anze Kopitar reached 1,300 points, a couple other milestones attached to that. The 4th active player to score 1,300 points with a single franchise, and the 8th player all-time born outside of North America to reach 1,300, and the 3rd active in that same category, right behind Ovechkin and Malkin. And that does it for milestones.
All right. Let's go over the Olympics.
Yeah.
They've obviously already started. I know Bowen mentioned something earlier about the women's hockey side, so we'll go with that first because, again, they are currently underway.
Yep. Let me just get my app ready. I think I downloaded it. I just find it. But it was women's hockey, the women's United States Women's Hockey League shut out Finland 5-0. Which, I don't know. I mean, I watched a majority of the game, and I tell you what, those girls can move on skates.
How much of the PWHL have you actually have you watched?
I've only watched 2, maybe 3 games, but they can
check out the YouTube channel.
Okay.
The PWHL YouTube channel.
They stream a majority of their games on
Okay.
YouTube.
Yeah, there's at least 1 free game a day. At least there could be more, but and this is a shout out for everybody else if you don't know. Those women are badass.
They are.
So
Yeah, I mean, I love watching it. Honestly. It's more exciting to watch than the Otters are right now, to be honest with you. So.
Yeah.
well, that's a very low bar, but that's not compared to that. All right.
It was that, and then it was forward Hillary Knight has 14 Olympic goals, tying with 2 other women in the Olympics.
Yeah, this is what we're going to hear 5th Olympics that she's played in now.
Yes, and they play Thursday against Sweden, so she has the potential to go number one and break that record.
For most goals scored
Most
by
goals
a female
scored in a female in the Olympics.
That can be pretty awesome.
I'll say the next U.S. game is against the Swiss tomorrow, the 9th. So when this episode comes out, 2:40 our time, and then Canada follows up with against Czechia, 15:10 Army local time, so 3:10 our time. So and then February 10th, Canada versus the U.S. women's hockey.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be exciting to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about a couple of people that we still think were snubbed from this year's Olympics. Two names that come to mind for me for Team Canada, obviously Connor Bedard. I don't understand how Connor Bedard did not get chosen. Maybe they think he's too young, but didn't Celebrini get in?
Yeah.
Somehow Bedard didn't. Weird choice, in my opinion. As much as we hate this team, would hate to see them be represented from the Philadelphia Flyers, Travis Konechny. I think he's been at a point per game. He's at 54 points in 55 games so far this season. How is he not in?
Maybe they want their thought was add some grit. Because
I would say,
obviously looking at the four nations from last year and how much how physical both U.S. Canada matchups were, and now adding somebody like a Tom Wilson into it who can clearly add a lot of feist, a lot of grit to it. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. But yeah, so having Tom Wilson and potentially Sam Bennett in the same matchup. Oh my God!
I don't think it's going to happen, but how often do you think it'd be to see teammates fight? See Matthew Tkachuk and Sam Bennett?
There's no fighting in the Olympics.
Is there not?
There's not.
Since when?
Since
Has that always been a thing?
I think it's every,
Yeah.
Just imagine that, though.
It's just the grit. No, Matt Tkachuk and Bennett aren't going to fight. Brady would, but not Matthew.
Yeah, maybe we saw that Four Nations. It was
Yeah.
Brady versus Bennett, then it was Matthew versus
Hagel.
and then JT Miller versus Colton Parayko, which
Which
that was like, what the hell?
Which it makes sense between Hagel and Matthew Tkachuk because number one, the battle of Florida. So that's a little carryover.
Which we just saw what happened in that game, Friday night?
10 minutes in one game. And then, the whole Canadian-U.S. rivalry, which has happened
Far too
forever.
many times, yeah.
So, especially in this sport that America's trying to be number one, but Canada still has their ego in front of them. Like, oh, we're still number one.
Could potentially see would like to see the first Canada versus U.S. gold medal since 2010. That could be a lot of fun, man. I mean...
But looking over the groups, obviously you got the three groups, 3 round robin style play. I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
Take
but
time.
No, I won't. Shut up. In Group A, you got Canada, Czechia, France, Switzerland. Group B, Finland, Italy, Slovakia, and Sweden. And Group C being Germany, Latvia, the U.S., and Denmark. Obviously, you got the Finland-Sweden rivalry matchup there with Group B. I gotta pull up the schedule here. I have it somewhere. With it all kicking off Wednesday the 11th at 10:30 a.m. Eastern with Slovakia, Finland. And the last game being on the 15th being the U.S. and Germany at 3 p.m. Eastern.
And I do want to go over some that I had found, like a hypothetical Team Russia Olympic roster. This team, I think, would win the whole thing. Like, this team is ridiculous. Forwards, you got Nikita Kucherov, Kirill Kaprizov, Artemi Panarin, Ivan Demidov, Ovechkin, you got Andrei Svechnikov, Kirill Marchenko, Ivan Barbashev, Pavel Dvororiev, Evgeny Malkin, Pavel Buchnevich, Valeri Nushkinin, Matvey Michkov. I mean, like, that forward core alone is ridiculous. Then you get to the defensemen, you got Mikhail Sergachev, Dmitry Orlov, Ivan Provorov, Alexander Nikishin, you got Vlad Gavrikov, Nikita Zadorov, Artem Zub, Pavel Minchikov. And then goaltenders, you got Vasilevsky, Bobrovsky, and Sorokin.
Like, I don't think...
Like,
I don't think out of any of those 3 goaltenders, like, you'd be wrong. Like,
Sorokin being your emergency third.
Yeah.
Like, no matter which goalie you choose, you're gonna have a great chance to win. All 3 great goaltenders in their own sense. All 3 solid choices. So, oh no, you have to go to your third string to start a game against Slovakia. Like, you're gonna win.
Yeah.
You're gonna win just off your goaltenders alone.
Yeah.
Easy. Not to mention the high paced, fast, high scoring forward core. the shutdown defense. Like you're going to win no matter where you go.
Yeah, I truly do think that if Russia was playing, I think they'd have a chance to take it this year. I mean, that team is unbelievable.
Yeah, if you would have told me in 2010 that Russia had a chance to win, I would have said bullshit.
Yeah.
But not in 2026.
Which I'm not sure if they got a medal in 2010. So
no, they did
I think
not.
they lost the bronze medal game.
Yeah. So again, it's a whole different beast. 16 years later. Yeah. So again, I wish they could play. Unfortunately, they aren't.
Which I think they took it in 2018. I believe the Olympic athletes of Russia, I think they were at the time, where they are. I believe they won in 2018. I think they beat Germany.
I think so.
Or did they won in 22? Were they even allowed to play in 22?
I don't
can't
think
remember.
they were allowed in 22.
I know that I thought they'd won a gold medal since then. Just not.
I know for sure they won a medal, for sure. It's just...
In the Olympic Games, they won gold in 2018 in Pyeongchang, and they won silver in 22 in Beijing.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so they were in there in 22.
Yeah,
Who would have won 22? Probably Sweden or something then? Or was it Canada? When you don't have NHL players, your teams aren't going to be
as good,
nearly as stacked, obviously, as they are going into this season. Or going into this tournament. As just some of these teams are ridiculous.
If I can even type, crap.
Yeah, any other names that pop into your guys' head for that got snubbed?
There were a couple of them. Obviously, Bedard was one of them.
Let's see. Going back to 2002 in Salt Lake City, we I'm gonna do the gold, silver, bronze. So we have Canada, U.S., Russia. In 2006, it is Sweden, Finland, and the Czech Republic. 2010, obviously Canada, U.S., Finland. 2014, Canada, Sweden, Finland. 18 was Olympic athletes from Russia, Germany, Canada. 22 was Finland, Russia, Slovakia. And that was the last one, so...
Yeah, the first. Obviously, it's going to be exciting to finally see NHL players back into it.
Mm-hmm.
First time since 2014.
The first since the PWHL was established.
Yeah, so we'd see a lot of the ladies from there competing, which I mean, I think it can be anybody's for the ladies this year.
Yeah.
I think anybody from Sweden, Finland, obviously Canada, United States are always going to be up there for women's hockey. It could be an interesting one here. For sure.
And one more thing, I guess, before we wrap this episode up. Just, we know Team Canada and USA Hockey has obviously announced their leadership corps for the Olympics coming up. Team Canada, not to anybody's surprise, Sidney Crosby wearing the C. I think everybody's like, yeah, Crosby's Captain Canada.
Yeah.
Like no.
Until he retires, he's gonna wear a C if he's representing the country.
Yeah, like everybody will go up and ride if Crosby doesn't wear the C. And then obviously the alternates being Connor McDavid, not surprising. Cale Makar, which is a little bit of a surprise. You would have thought, Nate Mack or somebody else would have worn A, but I'm not upset that Cale Marker is wearing A. And then for Team USA, you got again not a surprise with Austin Matthews wearing the C. And with the A's going to Charlie McAvoy and Matthew Tkachuk.
I think they could have given one to JT Miller, just because he's captained not two different teams now.
I wouldn't. Yeah, with him being a bottom six role for Team USA, maybe even a 13th forward role. I wouldn't. I mean, he's a good locker room guy. Just on the ice, he's not going to be always there.
Yeah. Another name that I originally was going to say that I thought he got snubbed, but I recently found out he has been injured most of the year was Brock Besser. He got snubbed from the USA team, but he's been injured for a majority of this season.
So yeah, he can't.
So I think he could have, should have. I think the rosters were announced before he got injured, though. So I still think he got snubbed because of that. But
it's hard to say. And plus, if he did come back pre-Olympic break healthy, how well do you expect him to play? And is he 100% ready to go to rep Team USA in these Olympics?
that's a good point.
Yeah. We need players that, like, hey, you need to be good to go. You need to be at 110% in order to rep this jersey, rep this country. So that's just
something else I still think would be cool. I mean, yeah, you already do have your own separate World Junior tournament. I think it'd be cool if they did like a junior version in the Olympics. Like they had like just specifically under 20-year-old teams playing the Olympics.
World Championships.
Yeah. Like, I mean, other than the World Juniors, but do it in like actually in the Olympics. I don't know. I thought that'd be interesting. I mean, it'd be pretty exhausting to do 2-3 different tournaments all throughout the year, but this one only being once every 4 years, obviously.
Do a Team Canada and USA.
But instead of on Olympic years, instead of doing the World Juniors, save it for the Olympics. Just specifically on Olympic years. You're just pushing it back a month.
My thing would do a Team Canada and US A and B team. You know, you got the A team, the first picks, and then the snubs go to the B team. Do Connor McDard, yeah. Do Connor McDard, Mark Stone as your B team.
Kind of like what they did with the
Team North America.
Yeah, like with the World Cup of Hockey, where they did Team North America, which was players under 23, I think it was, and then you had Team USA and Team Canada. Yeah, that one, I believe North America was under 23. Might have been even under 25. I can't remember, but it was young. It was like under 23 or under 22. Because I know McDavid, I think, was on the North America team.
McDavid, McKinnon.
A lot of those guys were on that team.
I'm drawing blanks on the rest of the guys.
I think Matthews might have even been on that team.
Yeah, Matthews.
No, that's before. I think that's before he's drafted. Yeah, because that was 2016. Matthews was drafted 2016, so
who knows?
Yeah, just a couple last things. Yeah, we wanted to discuss there. And also we'll be talking more about the Olympics here next episode. Don't know if we're going to record next week or if we're going to wait till more again. With these Olympics going on, we might. I don't know. I think we said we discussed possibly doing every week with the Olympics here. But so we'll figure it out as the time goes here. So.
If not, I'll do a DTB episode right before the Olympics start or before the men's hockey starts. Yeah. So.
Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did like the podcast, subscribe to it here on YouTube. If you're listening on YouTube, we'll leave a like there as well. Be on the lookout for our new challenge that we just recorded right before this. Go watch Bobo drink something nasty. I'm not going to spoil it what it is. Yeah, that new challenge video should be out later this week.
Check out Pins and Aces. Lovely sponsor, Buck 2026.
21% off your next purchase.
21. Not 20 like I originally said a couple weeks ago. 21.
21% off your next purchase.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
Thank you.
I got you.
Thank you guys. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.